Have you ever noticed how trees let go of their leaves? No drama, no resistance, just release. There's a deep, sacred wisdom in that rhythm, and it mirrors something we humans often forget. Nothing stays the same, and that's not a flaw, it's just the way. Today we're talking about impermanence. Not as a Buddhist idea or poetic concept, but as a real lived experience. A teacher that meets us in every ending, every letting go, every chapter that closes before we feel we're ready. And maybe, just maybe, when we stop fearing change, we can start living fully.
Welcome to Must I Evolve, a lecture series on spiritual growth and philosophy, presented in conjunction with No Expectations, the podcast.
Welcome to another episode of Must I Evolve, a space where ancient wisdom meets modern science, where inner work meets real-world results. I'm Andrew H. Housley, author, board-certified wellness consultant, certified holistic nutritionist, and yoga instructor with 25 years on the mat, and even more in mindful observation. This podcast is a mirror, a question, and sometimes a nudge. The Buddha said, all conditioned things are impermanent. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. That truth isn't abstract. It shows up in our daily lives. When a relationship ends, when our bodies age, when a job we love disappears. Most of us don't resist change, we resist the grief it brings. But what if grief is just the body's way of recalibrating to reality? Impermanence, meaning that everything is in a state of constant change and nothing lasts forever, strips away illusion. Clarity begins when we cling to endings. We hold on to stories because we believe they protect us. We may replay moments because they once made us feel seen, safe, or special. But sometimes, what once held us is now holding us back. So something to try. Think of something you've been clinging to, a version of yourself, a season that's ended, a person who's gone. Now gently ask, what am I afraid will happen if I let go? There's your insight. That's the doorway. Are you willing to walk through it? Patanjali, a revered sage in classical Indian philosophy and the compiler of the Yoga Sutras, taught that pain is often more useful than pleasure. He writes, to the discriminating person, all is suffering due to the pains of change, anxiety, and the imprints left by desires. In essence, pain refines, it forges, it wakes us up. We tend to treat discomfort like a detour, but it's often the direct path to transformation. This process isn't about becoming, it's about uncovering, removing what hides the truth of who we are. Pain is not the enemy, it's the sculptor. It chisels away pretense. It reveals strengths you didn't even know you had. So if we take a moment to reflect, what if that hard thing you're going through isn't punishment, but preparation? What if it's an initiation into your next level of depth, authenticity, and grace? Sit with that, not to fix it, but to feel it. Because sometimes the only way out is to go deeper in. Growth is rarely gentle, but it is sacred. The Zen discipline reminds us, the way is not difficult, but we need to avoid picking and choosing. This koan invites us to step beyond duality, beyond our constant sorting of experiences into good and bad, right and wrong, pleasant and unpleasant. In Zen, the practice is to meet reality as it is, without judgment or preference. By avoiding picking and choosing, we open to a deeper, more integrated sense of acceptance, where peace arises not from controlling life, but flowing with it. And this is a perfect example. As I record this episode, the world outside my window, trucks driving by, horns honking, car alarms going off, and people talking. I can't control that, so I let it go. From a Tao perspective, the way is a foundational concept in Taoist philosophy representing the natural order of the universe. Effortlessly flowing, spontaneity, and balance. It teaches use action to achieve non-action. The golden flower blooms in surrender. So here's the paradox. The more we try to control life, the more life resists. Letting go isn't weakness. Is it wisdom? Control is a closed fist. Wisdom is an open palm. When we grip tightly, we miss what's trying to come in. So we can use some basic breathing practice here to kind of bring that home. So if we close our eyes, inhale fully, feel the expansion in our chest, exhale slowly, feel that release, and think in every breath there is impermanence. Breath is a cycle, expansion, contraction, arrival, departure. It's the universe saying, this too shall pass. Nature doesn't cling. It flows. Can you feel that invitation? So as we close this episode, we'll return to the wisdom of the falling leaves. The Tibetan Book of Dead, that revered Buddhist text that offers guidance to the stages between death and rebirth, teaches us in the bardo, or intermediate state, change is not an idea. It's everything. You're in constant transformation. Not a static being, but a living, breathing part of nature's unfolding story. So thinking back to the trees, they don't resist the autumn wind. They don't cling to every single leaf. They trust the seasons. They trust the falling. And in letting go, they make space for new buds, new blossoms, and new beginnings. And you're allowed to do the same. Let go with grace, fall away without fear, and trust that life knows how to begin again through you. Let it fall, let it change, and let yourself bloom. Thanks for listening to Must I Evolve? Remember, you don't have to be perfect, you just have to be patient. That's the real practice. As for your next evolution, it doesn't live in who you should become, it lives in what already grows within you. Until next time, keep evolving, quietly, consistently, and always with no expectations.